Look at the chair by your door, the one where the coat lands when you come in. There is a jacket on it right now, maybe two, a bag underneath, a scarf from a colder week that never got put away. You stopped seeing it a long time ago. Here is what I want you to notice. You would never let a guest see it that way. If someone were coming tonight, that chair would be clear in 2 minutes. The shoes would go in a row. The counter would be wiped. You know exactly how to make this home beautiful. You have done it many times. You only do it for other people. When you live alone, no one is coming. No one will see the chair, or the sink, or the pile of mail growing by the door. So the small mess stays, and it grows, and a quiet voice inside says, "Why bother? It is only me." I want to talk to that voice today, because it is wrong, and I say that gently. From many years of living, you do not keep a home clean for guests. You keep it clean for yourself. That is not vanity. It is not pride. It is the oldest way a person says, "My life still matters, even alone, especially alone." In Japan, there is a whole idea built around this. When you care for your space, you are caring for yourself. The two cannot be separated. A person who lets their home decay is telling themselves, quietly, every day, that they are not worth the effort, and a person who keeps one clean corner is saying the opposite. I have lived alone for long stretches of my life. There were years in a small apartment in the city, far from family. My mother taught me something before I left. She said, "Keep your home as if you are the honored guest, because you are." So today I want to give you 8 habits, Japanese habits, for a home that stays clean when it is only you. None of them takes strength, none of them takes money. They ask for something smaller, a little respect for the person who lives there. Let me show you how. The first habit. The shoes come off, and they turn to face the door. In every Japanese home, you remove your shoes at the entrance. This part you may know, but there is a smaller act inside it that most people miss. After you step up into the home, you turn and you set your shoes neatly, facing back toward the door. It takes 2 seconds. My grandmother did it, her mother did it, every child in Japan is taught it. Why does this matter when you live alone? Because the entrance is the first thing you see when you come home, and the last thing you see when you leave. When you live alone, that first sight sets the whole tone. Walk into shoes, scattered and mail on the floor, and your shoulders drop. Walk into a clear entrance with your shoes standing in a quiet row, and something in you straightens. There is a phrase for this in Zen practice. It says, "Look at what is beneath your own feet." It means the small act right in front of you is the practice, not somewhere far away, right there at your own door. So here is what you do tonight. Clear the floor of your entrance. Nothing lives there but shoes, and only the pairs you actually wear this week. When you take your shoes off, turn them to face the door. Every time. It becomes automatic in about a week. And every single time you come home, you will be greeted by order instead of mess. The second habit. Everything you own has one home. There is a Japanese word for this, seiton. It means a place for each thing, and each thing in its place. Here is the truth about mess. Mess is almost never dirt. Mess is things without a home. The scissors on the counter are only mess because they have no drawer. The charger on the table is mess because it belongs nowhere. When every object has one fixed place, tidying stops being a decision. It becomes simple, returning. This is the secret that people who live alone need most. When you share a home, you tidy because someone else will see. When you live alone, you need the tidying to require no willpower at all. Seiton is how. You do not clean a room. You just put each thing back where it lives. A child could do it. A tired person at the end of a long day can do it. The trap when you live alone is that clutter has no witness, so nothing ever gets a home. It just floats. The keys are here today, there tomorrow, so you spend 10 minutes looking for them, alone, frustrated, and the day starts badly. So this week, choose the 5 objects you touch every day. Your keys, your phone, your glasses, your wallet, the one you always lose. Give each one a single, permanent home. A small dish by the door for the keys, a hook for the bag. One spot, and you honor it. When something has a home, it stops being clutter. It is just resting. The third habit. If it takes less than 1 minute, you do it now. This is the habit that saves the person living alone more than any other. I call it the 1-minute rule. The rule is simple. If a small task will take less than 60 seconds, you do not postpone it. You do it the moment you see it. The cup goes in the sink and gets washed, not set down beside it. The letter gets opened and thrown away, not added to the pile. The crumb on the counter gets wiped now. Here is why this matters so much when you live alone. In a shared home, small tasks get done because someone bumps into them. Alone, nothing interrupts you. The single cup sits by the sink. Tomorrow it is 3 cups. By the weekend it is every dish you own, and now it is a 2-hour job that you dread. So you avoid it and it grows again. The Japanese live by a related idea, sono tsdo. It means each time, as it happens. You handle the thing as it arises, not later, not in a batch. Now, while it is still small, the mess in a home where one person lives is never one big mess. It is 160-second tasks that were each postponed. Handle them the moment they appear, and the big mess can never form. There is nothing to clean on the weekend, because nothing was ever allowed to pile. So starting today, when you notice something small, ask one question. Under a minute? Then it happens now. Say it out loud if it helps. Under a minute. Do it now. You will be amazed how a home stays calm when nothing is ever left to grow. The 4th habit. The 5-minute reset before you sleep. At the end of the day, before bed, you walk through your home for 5 minutes and you return it to calm. This is not cleaning. It is closing the day. You carry the 1 cup to the sink. You straighten the cushion. You clear the counter. You set tomorrow's things by the door. 5 minutes. Then you sleep. Now, when you live alone, this is the habit people abandon first, and it hurts them most. Because no one is watching, the tired voice says, leave it, do it tomorrow. But here is what actually happens. You wake, and the first thing you meet is yesterday's mess. Before the day has even begun, alone, you are already behind. That small weight sits on you all morning. The 5-minute reset gives you the opposite. You wake into a calm home, a cleared counter, a quiet room. The day begins at 0, and it begins gently. When you live alone, the morning you wake into is a gift you either give yourself the night before or you do not. There is a beautiful idea behind this. Keeping a space is a way of keeping yourself. When you reset your home for the morning, you are caring for the person who will wake up in it. That person is you. You deserve to wake somewhere peaceful. So tonight, before bed, set a timer for 5 minutes. Walk through and return each room to calm. Then look at it for a moment before you turn out the light. You made this for yourself. Tomorrow you will feel it. The 5th habit. 1 in, 1 out. For every new thing that comes into your home, 1 thing leaves. A new shirt comes in. An old one goes to be donated. A new book arrives. 1 leaves the shelf. A new mug. An old chipped one goes. The amount you own stays level. Always. It never creeps upward. Why does this protect the person who lives alone? Because when you live by yourself, no one questions what you bring in. There is no one to say, do we really need another? So possessions accumulate silently, year after year, until the home is full and heavy, and cleaning it becomes an enormous task you cannot face alone. The Japanese have a deep respect for owning less. Not empty, just enough. A home with less in it is a home one person can keep beautiful without help. Every object you own is an object you must clean, store, move, and maintain. Fewer things is not deprivation, it is freedom. It is the difference between a home that serves you and a home that quietly demands your whole weekend. One in, one out keeps the tide from ever rising. So make it a rule, starting with your next purchase. Whatever comes in, something similar goes out that same day. Not someday. That day. Your home stays light. And a light home is one you can keep spotless by yourself, easily, for the rest of your life. The sixth habit. Clean while you wait. The kettle is boiling. That is 90 seconds. The Japanese habit is simple. You do not stand and stare at your phone. You wipe the counter while you wait. Life is full of these small waits. The kettle, the microwave, the moment the tea steeps, the advertisement, water running warm. Each one is 30, 60, 90 seconds that would otherwise be dead time. Used well, they are enough to keep a whole kitchen clean with no cleaning session ever. This is a gift to anyone living alone, because it means cleaning never becomes a separate chore that eats your evening. It hides inside the gaps of things you already do. While the water boils, the counter gets wiped. While the rice cooks, the dishes get washed. By the time your meal is ready, the kitchen is already clean. There is nothing left to face afterward. There is a word in Japanese, nagara. It means doing one thing while doing another, cleaning while you wait. It turns empty seconds into a clean home without adding a single minute to your day. So this week, pick one wait you have every day. The kettle is the easiest. Every time it boils, wipe one surface. Just while you wait, you will find your kitchen stays clean on its own, and you never once sat down to clean it. The seventh habit. Wipe as you cook, not after. Cooking, for one, has a hidden trap. Because it is only you, it feels not worth the effort to cook properly, and even less worth the effort to clean up after. So people who live alone often stop cooking or leave a small disaster each time. The Japanese kitchen habit fixes this. You clean as you go. The cutting board is washed while the vegetables simmer. The knife is wiped and put away the moment you finish with it. The spill is caught while it is still fresh, before it dries and sets. By the time you sit down to eat, the kitchen is already almost clean. The idea underneath is that cooking and cleaning are not two separate acts. They are one act. The meal is not finished when the food is ready. It is finished when the space is calm again. When you hold them as one thing, the dreaded pile of dishes never appears, because you handled each piece while it was still easy. For the person who lives alone, this changes everything about eating. When cleanup is not a mountain waiting after the meal, you cook more, you eat better, you care for yourself through food again. And your kitchen never holds that sad stack of last night's dishes when you walk in tired the next evening. So tonight, when you cook, keep a cloth in your hand. Wash the board while things simmer. Wipe the spill while it is fresh. Finish cooking with a kitchen that is almost already clean. Then eat in peace. The eighth habit. Give thanks for the space and for yourself in it. This last one is not about cleaning. It is about why you clean. And for the person living alone, it may be the most important of all. In Japan, there is a gentle practice of gratitude toward your home and the things in it. You treat your possessions with a small, quiet respect. You care for the space, not as a chore, but as a relationship. The home shelters you. In return, you keep it well. It is a kind of friendship with the place you live. When you live alone, this is the habit that holds all the others up, because the real reason the tired voice says why bother is that it has forgotten the person it is speaking to. It thinks no one is there, but someone is there. You are there. You wake in this home, you rest in it, you live your one life inside these rooms. That person, you, deserves a beautiful place to do it. So keep the home clean, not to impress a guest who is not coming. Keep it clean as a daily quiet message to yourself. My life matters. I am worth the effort. Even here, even alone, especially alone. There is a word I love. It means to do a thing with care and full attention, however small. Teinei. To live teinei is to fold the laundry with care, to wipe the table with care, to set your own single cup down gently. Not because anyone watches, because the doing itself is a form of respect, and the one you are respecting is you. So here is the last habit, and it costs nothing but a moment. Once a day, look at one clean corner of your home, the cleared entrance, the wiped counter, and let yourself feel, quietly, I made this calm place for me. That feeling is why all the rest is worth it. 8 habits. Let me make them simple to begin. Tonight, do one thing. Clear the chair by your door, the one with the coat on it. Just that. Make your entrance calm, and turn your shoes to face the door. This week, add the 1-minute rule. When something small appears, and it takes under a minute, you do it now. Nothing is allowed to grow. This month, choose one more. The 5-minute reset before bed. Or 1 in, 1 out. 1 at a time. In Japan, we do not trust the person who changes everything at once. We trust the person who changes one small thing and is still doing it a year later. And through all of it, remember the reason. You are not keeping this home for anyone else. You are keeping it for yourself, because you live here, because your life matters. Because even alone, you are the honored guest. If this was useful, you know where to find us. Take care of your home, and take care of yourself in it.